Hi and good morning. This is the video of my individual assignment presentation regarding audio-lingual method, and my name is Adriana Azwaliza binti Azmadi with matrix number BT24110202. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the introduction. To begin with, let me introduce you to what audio-lingual method or ALM is. The audio-lingual method, ALM, was developed in response to the urgent need to rapid and effective foreign language training during World War II. Furthermore, a few individuals, including B.F. Skinner, Leonard Bloomfield, and Charles Fries, had a major influence on the development and advancement of ALM. Additionally, the audio-lingual method is based on behaviorism, which sees language learning as a process of developing habits. Next, let's dive into the key features of ALM. So the first one is dialogue memorization. I can say that for dialogue memorization, it is like after hearing an example discussion, students practice reciting it until they can do it from memory. So students use applied role play and mimicry to commit opening dialogues to memory. Next is pattern drills. So through exercises like replacement, transformation, and chain drills, students practice sentence patterns. Grammar accuracy is strengthened by these exercises. The primary component of ALM is the repetition of structural patterns through oral practice, which is emphasized by the language teaching method known as drilling. Other than that, one of the main key features of ALM is habit formation through repetition. So ALM places a strong focus on developing proper language habits via consistent practice. The likelihood of mistake during communicating is decreased by repetition. Students can use the language effectively based on grammar and sentence structure by repeatedly practicing exercises and drills utilizing this method. Next is immediate error correction. The reason why immediate error correction is one of the key features of ALM is because instructors provide quick correctness to stop students from developing bad behaviors, like making mistakes over and over again. Fluency is not as important as accuracy, so mistakes results in the development of negative habits. Mistakes should be avoided at all costs. Lastly, ALM is a teacher-centered instruction. The instructor governs the classroom and set an example for proper language use. Pupils mimic the teacher's phrases structure, intonation, and pronunciation. One of the teacher's main responsibility is to serve as an example of the target language. The teacher guides and regulates the behavior of the students, much like an orchestra conductor. Let's take a look at the advantages and disadvantages of ALM. So for the advantages, there is 3 points that I found beneficial from ALM. First is improved pronunciation and accuracy. Students acquire precise pronunciation and grammar because ALM places a high priority on oral drilling and modeling. It is simple to learn proper pronunciation and structure. Next, suitable for large group of learners. I believe that the audio-lingual method is suitable for large classes because this method uses teacher-led drills and choral repetition, allowing many students to practice speaking at the same time. Lastly, ALM can improve listening and speaking skills. This is because ALM emphasizes repeated exposure to spoken language through audio input, dialogues, and drills. Speaking and listening skills can be practiced using language labs and tape recording. Let's discuss the disadvantages of ALM. And the first one is lack of originality and is overly mechanical. This is because there is little opportunity for students to express themselves because they rely so much on drills and memorized conversation. So development of conversation skill is not aided by this approach. Next is repeated activity may cause boredom to students. Repeated activities in ALM may cause boredom because students are required to practice the same drills and dialogues many times with little variation. The constant application of the drill pattern will lead to complaints from students about their boredom. And lastly, strong reliance on instructor. Because the teacher directs the majority of the activities, the students are passive. Teachers have more control over the class, so students don't get to be very active in the activity that is done in the classroom. Now let's discuss a method another approach that we can combine with ALM. And personally, I choose communicative language teaching or CLT. Audio-Lingual method or ALM is a technique that does not prioritize communication skills and language meaning. And because communicative language teaching CLT places a strong emphasis on meaningful contact and real-world conversation, ALM can effectively be used in conjunction with CLT to assist students, especially those who are not proficient in the language yet. The main factors of choosing CLT to combine with ALM is because of it strikes a balance between fluency and accuracy. While CLT promotes organic communication, ALM develops structural precision. When integrated, students learn both conversational skill from CLT activities and proper patterns from ALM drills. For examples, students utilize ALM to practice question patterns like, "Where are you from?" and then use CLT to apply those patterns in group interviews. And then the next reason is this promotes confidence and active participation. While CLT enables students to use the pattern they have learned in authentic discussion, ALM uses repetition to help students gain confidence. As an instance, students practice describing hobbies in CLT pairs activities after learning and practicing phrases like "I like something" or "I don't like something" in ALM. We have reached the end of this presentation, and to conclude, the ALM, which emphasizes repetition, habit building, and precise pronunciation, has been crucial in the teaching of English. ALM is still helpful for beginners and low proficiency students, particularly those in Malaysian ESL schools, even though it is no longer commonly used as the primary method. ALM can successfully strike a balance between accuracy and fluency when paired with CLT. Because of this integration, learners can practice proper language patterns while having meaningful conversation, which makes ALM a helpful and applicable approach in modern ESL instruction.